Hey Malmö, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to start by thanking the organizers for inviting me to address your yearly conference on sustainability. This year, your discussions will focus on national and regional challenges and on how to turn these challenges into opportunities for growth. Pressures on demand for materials, rising costs, import dependency, and the environmental impact of the use of materials are global challenges that call for local solutions. This is why today I would like to place these same challenges into a wider European perspective. Europe was the first continent to experience industrialization and urbanization, but it is only now, centuries later, that we have really started to understand the value of nature and natural resources for our economy. Today, it is widely acknowledged that if we want to maintain the high standards of living we have become accustomed to in Europe, we will need to make a fundamental transition towards an economic model that meets our needs at a much lower environmental cost. This is why the European Union has placed a resource-efficient, low-carbon economy at the center of its political attention through the Europe 2020 growth strategy and its interrelated priorities for sustainable, smart, and inclusive growth. It will be industry and the private sector that will have to carry the transition forward. Companies need to change how they create, deliver, and capture value. The choices they have made today will determine the choices consumers will make tomorrow. As policymakers, we must help the business sector keep ahead of the curve in adapting to the global megatrend of increasing resource competition and constraints. Public authorities and governments need to provide direction, incentives, and leadership in order for enterprises to make the right investments in change. We need to work towards consistent restructuring measures. We need to build predictability and confidence for our businesses in the long and medium term in order that they are ready to invest in the short term. The roadmap to a resource-efficient Europe we adopted in 2011 provided the basis for our sustainable growth agenda, with the overarching aim of decoupling economic growth from resource use. Now, together with member states, we have taken this policy further with the 7th Environmental Action Programme adopted recently. Boosting sustainable, resource-efficient, low-carbon growth will remain one of the Commission's priorities for the next 7 years, and we will continue to support this through our policies and funding initiatives. Waste management is an excellent example where European Union legislation has been promoting innovative solutions that act upon the way resources flow in the economy and provide solutions to optimize resource use. Another example is the Eco-Design Directive, aimed to ensure that products are designed to be durable and repairable, and that they can be easily dismantled and recycled when they reach the end of their useful lives. We are also developing environmental footprinting and encouraging companies to measure and improve the life cycle performance of their products and to provide comparable, credible life cycle analysis to inform consumer choices. Next year, I intend to come forward with a package of measures to help with the transition to a more circular economy. Our objective is to move away from today's linear economic model where we mine, manufacture, use, and throw away, towards a more circular model where one industry's waste becomes another's raw material, where we get the greatest value out of resources and products by repairing, reusing, remanufacturing, and recycling them. We will review the targets in our waste legislation and put forward ideas on the product design and consumer side. Another key element of the package will be to set out the results of the work on the headline target based on raw material consumption to monitor the European Union's progress in decoupling growth from resource use. This has to be seen in the wider context of measuring the quality of our economic growth and prosperity better, going beyond GDP. The package is also linked to the ongoing policy work on sustainable food and sustainable buildings. The Commission will also put forward an action plan on green entrepreneurship centered on SMEs and the green jobs communication focusing on key economic sectors and emerging skills development. In addition, Next year, I intend to organize Let's Clean Up Europe Day on the 10th of May. This initiative will aim at raising awareness and mobilizing a wide range of stakeholders, citizens, companies, schools, NGOs, and other organizations, to roll up their sleeves and do something practical for the environment. Actually, it will not be so much about removing the trash from our neighborhoods. It will be more about cleaning the trash accumulated in our minds. I invite you to mobilize your members and networks and to join me to make this day a real success. Ladies and gentlemen, the problems that you will address at this conference today are pressing, and there are no quick fixes. Our global challenges require actions at all the levels, from local to global. We can only find comprehensive solutions and achieve concrete results if we all work together. Mobilizing all stakeholders in search of practical solutions is an excellent way of ensuring that we do. The very city in which you have gathered is a source of inspiration on the pathways we need to take to sustainable growth. Malmö, it's a city undergoing a major transformation from an old industrial center with numerous brownfield sites to a dynamic, green and industrially efficient city. I look forward to the outcomes of your discussions, and I thank you for your attention.